let's say COVID. That was a pretty interesting story. I got trapped in Trinidad for 6 months. When I went down to look at some deals and work on some accounts, and it went from, I think it was February. I flew down there, and I had a few of my guys that was like, "Don't leave the country. They're gonna shut it down." I mean, I'm very positive. I think, nah, they're not gonna shut anything down. I'll be back in. I left on a Friday. I said I'll be back on Monday. I think it got shut down that weekend.
And we wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. We love working with you, Kyle, but I like you as a person above all else. So um, I kind of want to dive for our last question. We'll wrap this up. I want to do something a little different, a little off the beaten path. So I wanted to ask you, throughout your times of partying, throughout your times being a real estate investor, a salesman in marketing, what's the craziest story that ever happened?
All right, I'll keep it PG. Yeah, yeah. Well, there's been some wild times, man. I have to tell you that. Um, but thing is this: if I tell you the wildest story, it might come back to bite me, and because it's gonna be recorded. So let's keep it professional. As far as in a professional stance, I have okay. Well, let's say COVID. That was a pretty interesting story. I got trapped in Trinidad for 6 months. When I went down to look at some deals and work on some accounts, and it went from, I think it was February. I flew down there, and I had a few of my guys that was like, "Don't leave the country. They're gonna shut shit down." I mean, I'm very positive. I think, nah, they're not gonna shut anything down. I'll be back in. I left on a Friday. I said I'll be back on Monday. I think it got shut down that weekend. And so I went from leaving a 2 day business trip to being stuck in the country for a little bit over 6 months. So imagine, and then you have all the hotels are frozen and the vacation rentals are frozen. So you have all these money generating, all these assets in place. You're the head of the team and you're trapped in another country. And you're not tapped, I mean, trapped in the best of countries either. You're not trapped like in a major city where, Wi-Fi is great. It was like you're trapped in a place where you could barely do anything as is, right? So that was a scary situation for me because everything was being done out remotely, right? And it's very hard to keep everyone focused when the entire world is going off the rails, right? And you're trying to keep everyone on the rails. We're gonna figure things out. We're gonna work things through. And at that point, I had some partners on the hotels that money disappeared, they disappeared. Then I still had to fix the problems. It was a wild time for me, and I had so much regret leaving for that weekend. But then by the time I got back, it was one of the best experiences ever, right? Because I went under the most stress I've ever been under. Because a lot of responsibilities and no way to physically be there. So I had to learn how to trust and figure things out. Got stepped on a few times, worked through that, but I'll call that a crazy story. I'll keep it business oriented, but that was wild. But I came back and fixed everything. Got my units back, everything up to par. Knocked the dust off the counters and got them back renting and moving again. Had to slim down the portfolio and started building from there, which then allowed me to reanalyze the space completely, far as what's next for me, and that's where assisted living came into play for me, which is very important. So actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise for me. But I wouldn't recommend trying that thing, disappearing and being stuck on an island. It's not like what's the Tom Hanks movie? It's not like that bad, but it felt like the Tom Hanks movie. It felt like I could only talk.
Castaway.
Yeah, I felt like I was cast away, and I was talking to a freaking ball the entire time, and no one's hearing me. But
Wilson.
yeah, it felt like I was talking to Wilson the entire time, but it got done. It got done. I think I dropped like 20 pounds, 25 pounds. I got super skinny, stress, couldn't eat, just trying to figure it out. That was wild, but built up so much muscle that, it's going to take a lot to get me back to that point where I think the world's falling apart, but it's really not. It's just adjusting.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. Well, congratulations to you on not only weathering the storm, but coming out a stronger man and a stronger business owner on the other side. Kyle, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the podcast. I'd love to do this again whenever you're free. I know you're a very busy man, so thank you for your time. And for some parting words, I just wanted to say that you're one of the very few people that we work with in this space that it's like refreshing seeing your name pop up on the screen. Sometimes I feel like when we work with people, you kind of dread it a little bit. You're like, oh, do I really got to talk to this guy today? And I can safely say I've never felt like that with you, Kyle. I always feel like you bring energy, you bring such a wealth of knowledge every time we're working with each other. So just wanted to give you your flowers and say that I appreciate you, sir.
Well, I happen to like flowers, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you guys are fantastic, man. I learned a lot from you guys also in the beginning of, I think Greg introduced us, and it's been a great journey since then. We did some deals, generate some cash together, which is great. And now I make sure whatever we do that I send it out to you guys. So again, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure, and I'm more than welcome to be back anytime. And if you guys are ever want to host one of these podcasts in one of our units, that would be great. We could collab in that way, or touch base. But I should be coming to check you out soon in Tampa, Paul.
Bro, let me know. I'm here 24/7.
Yeah,
Kyle.
I'll drive. I'll drive to do that, Kyle. You don't
Yeah.
tempt me, man. I'll be there to do that.
let's
It's
do it.
like a $73 ticket from here to Tampa. So it
Let's
is
do
what
it.
it is.
All right. So thank you guys. I appreciate your time.
Before you
Kyle.
leave, hit him with
Yeah.
the socials.
Yeah, plug your stuff, bro. What do you want to promote?
Um, uh, Finley Vacation Homes on Instagram. That's about it. I'm not too heavy on social media, but Finley Vacation Homes on Instagram. That's it. And everything else we do is direct to the end user, So, but if you want to check out finleyliving.com or .co, sorry about that. If you want to check out finleyliving.co to see our assisted living setups, that's absolutely fine. Finleyvacationhomes.com to see some of our homes and some of our properties. You guys are traveling anywhere in the Caribbean or in Florida, feel free to reach out.
Kyle Finley, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the Wise Investments Real Estate Podcast. We have amazing guests on all the time, like Kyle Finley here. So thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day.